Alright, let's look at homework 7, problem number 14. Alright, so we want to find the interval of concave upward, concave downward, and inflection points. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so let's take the derivative. So f prime of x is equal to, derivative of natural log of something is pretty easy because all you have to do is whatever inside the natural log, put it on the bottom, and take the derivative of that, put it on top. So it's going to be 2x minus 4. Right, so that's the first derivative. And I'm going to pull out 2 because 2x has 2 in it, 4 has 2 in it. So I'm going to pull out the 2 outside. Right, so you're going to have simply x minus 2. Then on the bottom you have x squared minus 4x plus 53. Right? Then we need the second derivative, so we're going to take another derivative. Alright, so 2 is just a number, so I'll just put 2 outside. Then I'm going to just do a quotient rule here. I'm going to square the denominator, so you have x squared minus 4x plus 53, and we just have to square that. Then derivative of the top is 1 times the denominator is x squared minus 4x plus 53 minus top is x minus 2, then multiply by derivative of the bottom is again 2x minus 4. So let's simplify that. So 2 is already outside. So you have x squared minus 4x plus 53. Then we're going to have to multiply these guys together. So you have, let's see, x times x distributed to 2x, so it's 2x squared with the negative sign, so negative 2x squared. Then x is distributed the negative 4, so negative 4x with the negative sign is going to have positive 4x. Then distribute the negative 2 to 2x, so it's a negative 4x, but with the negative sign, so another plus 4x. And a negative 2 distributed to negative 4, so that's going to be positive 8 with the negative sign, so it's going to be minus 8. Then denominator looks okay, so I'm going to just keep it x squared minus 4x plus 53 squared. Then we just need to simplify a little bit here. So you have negative 4x here and plus 4x cancel out. And I'm going to combine x squared and a negative 2x squared. So it's going to be, there's a 2 there. So we have a negative x squared, Then we would have 4x there, so we have plus 4x. Then we have, let's see, so 53 minus 8 is going to be 45, so plus 45. Then I'm going to have the same denominator, so x squared minus 4x plus 53 squared. So let's see if we can factor this out. I'm going to first pull out the negative sign, so it's going to be, let's see, negative 2. So we have x squared minus 4x minus 45. And the denominator is exactly the same, x squared minus 4x plus 53 and squared. And then we can factor out the numerator, so negative 2 is still there. So this is going to be x, and here's an x, and I'm going to have, let's see, plus 5, and how about the minus 9? Let's see, 5 times negative 9 gives you negative 45. If you add them up, negative 4. Right? So the denominator, x squared minus 4x plus 53 squared. Right? So if you set it equal to 0, so we're going to have x coordinates of possible inflection points. Right? So if you set the numerator equal to 0, so x is going to be negative 5. So x equals negative 5 is one of them, and x equals positive 9. Right? So let's look at the interval here. So if you do a number line, right, as usual, right, we're going to put negative 5 somewhere around there, and a positive 9 somewhere around there. Right? So let's look at the sign of the second derivative. So anything before negative 5, so I'll try negative 6. Right? So here you have a negative sign. So negative 6 plus 5 is negative, and negative 6 minus 9 is negative. So negative times negative times negative divide by positive, because it's squared, is going to be negative. Right? And if you, so therefore our original function is concave downward there. Right? So if you look at anything between negative 5 and 9, so I'm going to try 0. So if you try 0, that's positive, that's negative. Negative times negative divided by positive is positive. Right? So we have a concave upward shape between negative 5 and 9. Alright, so we can try anything bigger than 9, so I'll probably try 10. Right, so you can see that here 10 plus 5 positive, 10 minus 9 is positive, only negative is negative 2, so it's going to be negative. Right, so that way you have a concave downward shape. Right, so let's type in the answer. Right, so concave, let's see, we have interval concave upward. Right, concave upward is between negative 5 and a positive 9. So interval from negative 5 to positive 9. So let's check the answer. We got that. And a concave downward is everywhere else, so it's going to be negative infinity to negative 5 and comma, and a 9 to positive infinity. Alright, so let's check the answer. Alright, we got that. And let's see, determine the x coordinates of inflection points. You can see that the inflection points is going to be both at negative 5 and 9, because concavity changes there. So you have negative 5, comma, 9. So let's check the answer. Alright, we got that. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.